Evening all. I see the American sisters are on AJ after his triumphant victory against Jake Paul. I would have thought that America would have known who he was from before, because he was previously a reigning heavyweight champion, and he did fight. He has fought a few creditable names, so I thought those big fights would have obviously made him bigger stateside. But obviously that does not seem to be the case. So here we are now, 2025, and AJ is he's shining right now, you know. Funnily enough, like I said in my boxing video, that AJ has made a bigger comeback fighting a YouTuber than he would have having beaten Deontay Wilder or a Usyk, as it were, if that makes sense, you know. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, the American sisters, yeah, they're on it. Obviously, you know, he's got swag, he's got the height, he's got the swagger, he's got the, you know, the hard but smooth edge, which women like, hard but smooth. You know, AJ's AJ, isn't it? You know, we've seen AJ develop and grow since really the Dylan White fight over here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, yeah, keeping on topic, AJ now is like some big sax symbol over there. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I'll tell you this now. If you're an English guy and you got game and swagger, listen, it goes far over there. You know what I mean? I never stopped telling people the tale when I was in Atlanta. I was in a mall in Atlanta. One of the finest women I've seen in my life. Looks like a Leah. This was back in the day. I'm getting up the escalator. She's coming down. I was like, rah. But boy, the same way I was on her, she was on me, but more. Girl grabbed my hand, you know. She's like, yeah, shorty boy, come here, shorty boy, come here, shorty boy. Yeah, you. Grab man up, you know. And we was talking, yeah, and I kind of messed it up, yeah, in a way where it's kind of off key, because I think a lot of these women, yeah, it's kind of off key, because she goes to me, where you come from? I said, I just flown in from London, which I did. And there's a bit of a misunderstanding, because, like, you know, I said, yeah, I was flown in from London, but, you know, I just had a little rest and I came in. And because she was so in it, she overshot the mark. Like, what do you mean? You just came in, now you saying that this and that. Now you said something on the lines of, now you just come in, said you come over. Then you said you was here earlier. It's just one of those little minor mishaps. But it always, some women blow it up so big. I was like, no, she goes, no, you're lying. And she just bounced. I was like, no, I'm not lying, which I wasn't. And you know, but hey, boy, that would have been perfect. If I could pull that one off, but hey, no, I mean, listen, yeah, and yeah, I saw an R&B star in the mall as well, sitting down, and obviously, you know, I don't know if I should say who it was, but I looked at her and I was like, rah, and she's obviously staring at me. I was like, rah. I mean, what it is not that I'm all that. I'm not saying I'm all that, but it's the dress. Maybe it's a dress sense. They could tell you're obviously European, English, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So what I need to do is accrue some money and get back out over there. But I do see the angle with AJ, you know what I mean? Because he's unapologetically English. You know, he speaks well and he's English accent, and they like that. Because a lot of our English brothers do try, well, until a little while back, a lot of English brothers did try to be like American and that kind of thing. But he's obviously, you know. And another thing not to forget about AJ is he's actually, you know, he's Nigerian roots, yeah? So those guys there, I think what it comes down to is if those kind of guys there, they're, you know, African culture is very, the man comes first. It's very matriarchal. It's very patriarchal as opposed to matriarchal. And women do like that. Let's not get it twisted, yeah? Ultimately, the West Indian community in the UK and the Afro-American community in the US is matriarchal, yeah? But the other side of that is, the offspring of men in those environments haven't got, in my opinion, this is my opinion, haven't got the spinal cord like that, whereas an AJ has. Like, he's pronounced, you know. And I find a lot of guys. I put myself in this. A lot of guys who are kind of those African guys, very understated, Nigerian, Ghanaian, very classy, understated guys, very articulate, very well dressed. You know, they've got it going on. But, you know, and you also find a lot of West Indian guys that are moving those circles, you know, kind of maybe grew up in those circles, are the same as well. They've got a very, very matriarchal outlook. So when that kind of guy, talking about myself here, but the kind of guy bounces back into like the West Indian community, it's going to be a clash because, you know, we're men, we men lead, isn't it? This is what we do, you know. And what I've learned is now at a much later age, so many women from back in the day are killing the phone. Like now, Christmas time, 2025. Today, it's like a call center today. And I say that to say this, you know, men that are English, black English guys that can lead, and they're understated and they're mature, they can do well out here. They're the ones who do well out here. In fact, to be honest with you, most of those guys aren't even in the UK no more. You know, so many guys I know, like I said, making money elsewhere, which is cool. But that's just it. That just proves my point, in the sense that you know, back in AJ is pronounced. He's got presence. He's well spoken. He knows what he's about. He knows what he's gonna say, and you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. You know, he's not gonna bicker and quarrel with you. He's like, it is what it is. This is it. This is how we're gonna do it. You know. You know. In worst case scenario, he'll say, okay, worst case scenario is that he'll say, okay, let's do it your way, and 9 times out of 10 it will crash. Not because you're wrong, but because, you know, certain man are very analytical, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can see why, and these American sisters are drooling for him, you know what I mean? You know, they're on it. You know, let me hit some of the comments, yeah? Before I do, a quick word. The British sisters actually have had it too good. They've been spoiled, you know what I mean? Or it's a thing of, well, this is what it really is. When other women appreciate what you've got, what you have becomes more valuable, if that makes sense. So the British sisters now, because the American girls on it, the British sisters now will be saying, oh, AJ, like he's new. Oh, I didn't notice this about him. I didn't notice that about him. Usual BS, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, straight in. Look at some of these comments that I've got here, you know what I mean? Quite funny, actually. It's quite funny. Here's one. Here's a girl saying, fine, American girly hair and these British black men, smiley. Then someone says, perfection. Oh, they're funny. Here's one. I was just like, wait, you're getting to know the man now? Another girl goes, yeah, wild. Damn. One goes, he has been found, low. Another one, I loved AJ for years. Glad to see he's getting the appreciation he deserves. Wow. You're late. He's been that man for years. This man is fine. Oh dear. Right. He can be all our husbands. Joking. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Let me wrap this one up. Oh, one more comment. I've been married to him for over 10 years. Fool. Alright then. Later.